Welcome to the Royce Ayers Show, episode 53, where I am joined with comedian and writer coming to a stage near you, Mr. Darren Wright. Stay tuned. Meowing. Happy 4th of July, everybody. What does that mean to you? Let us know at our interactive talk show here at the Royce Ayers Show. Just for you all who it's your first time here, my name is Royce Ashcroft, and I am so happy to have you all here with us today. For those of you who have joined us before, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, go ahead and put on that seatbelt and get ready because it's about to be a nice, fun ride. The Royce Ayers Show is a vegan talk show because, let's face it, it's 2018 and vegan is the new norm. There's a lot more information that is readily available, kind of being put in everyone's faces, so everyone has to kind of make that decision. Are they going to be on the right side of history or the wrong side of history? That is your choice, but I'm here to help answer any comments, questions, concerns that you may have about transitioning, or if you know somebody who's transitioning, maybe parents, if your kids are doing that transition and you think they're going to die, let me be the first to tell you that they are going to be just fine. I've been at this now for 2.5 years and it's been great. Another reason why I'm doing the show is because I like to think of this as one of those good old stepping stones. My dream job is to be a game show host, so hopefully, maybe you have connections towards getting me just that much closer. Go ahead and help me out, because there are people who believe in this, who believe in the dream. They see the cause. Those people are my good friends at the district market at Mills 50 and Altar Offerings. They're both sponsors of the show, and I wouldn't be here without them today, so thank you. I appreciate you all. If you want to get involved with sponsoring or anything such as that, please feel free to hit up our Facebook, okay? All right. One thing I always like to say is be passionate about being passionate, because as long as you're passionate, you have nothing to worry about. It's all going to work itself out. I'm a firm believer of that. The first time I ever went on the air with this show, I literally had my cell phone and I had my iPad, and I was going to go on the air. I said that I would do it from Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. And with that, maybe about 2 hours before I actually went on the air, one of my good friends from a while back from Constant Productions hit me up and said, "Hey, what's your technical setup like?" In the back of my head, I was like, yeah, I literally can't afford anyone to come out and help me out with the show right now. But they came out, they saw the vision, they saw the cause, and now we've been building it ever since episode 1. So just be passionate about being passionate, and you're going to be good to go. All right. I hope the weather's been good for you all. I'm about to introduce you all to our guest, but before I introduce you to him, I asked him some questions off the air, and a new little segment that we're going to do. I'm going to give you the questions and some possible answers, and I want you to comment before the end of the introduction. Before we get into the whole vegan discussion, I'll give you the correct answers, but if you guess the right answers before then, you're going to win something. It'll be an IOU. How about that? So the first question is, I asked my guest, you're in a relationship. How long does it take for you to change your relationship status on Facebook? The answers I gave him was either an hour, a few months, or never. So he had to pick from one of those three. You're in a new relationship. How long does it take for you to change your Facebook status? Does it take an hour, a few months, or never? So that's the first question. Next one is, have you ever fallen for a good friend? Yes or no? Have you ever fallen for a good friend? Yes or no? Help me in introducing Mr. Darren Wright.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Royce, for having me on the show. And I just want to say you make a great next-gen Price is Right game show host.
Next-gen Price is Right. I like how you put that.
And I want to be on the show and win a new car.
Dude, you might not be able to win a new car, but by that time, maybe like a nice hovercraft or something.
Yeah.
No. I appreciate that.
Be like a hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
You know that The Price is Right was actually the game show that got me wanting to be a game show host. So
cool.
At 3 years old, man, saw it as like, that looks pretty fun.
I love it. That big wheel. It's like,
yes.
What? Yeah.
It's fun.
It's the vertical wheel of fortune.
The vertical wheel of fortune. It really is.
Yeah.
But they couldn't take that name. It was actually Price is Right was before the Wheel of Fortune, so they could have. They could have.
Yeah. Aside from that murderer that was on that show. Let's not go there.
Let's not go there today. Wink, wink. I see we got quite a bit of folks in the comments. I am glad that you all are here. Miss
I'm a big
Emily.
nobody.
Emily says, "Hi, Royce. I'm making black bean burgers today. Do you eat eggs?" Emily, I would love some black bean burgers. I do not eat eggs. I don't eat anything that comes from anything that poops or sleeps. You know, I'm just no eggs, no eggs. But I would love some black bean burgers. Miss Lisa, glad you're here. Yay, Constant. No. We don't yay Constant. Constant, boo. Just kidding. Constant's awesome. Glad he's here. Glad he didn't cut me off the air for saying that, too. He was like, oh, you think I suck? You think I suck, Royce?
I'll show you something Constant.
No fight. This is a vegan talk show, Darren. We don't fight. We don't condone violence unless it's like Pokemon. Pokemon violence is good.
Good. It's virtual.
Miss Amari Denise Spigner is here. She says, "Hi, Emily. We do not eat eggs." See, Amari, you beat me to the punch. Amazing. But yeah, no eggs for us. I know that different people have their preferences whenever it comes to eggs and honey, but if you truly look at the definition of being a vegan, it is not using or eating any animals or animal products. So whether the egg is fertilized or not, it's still a product from the animal, such as honey and such as, you know, anything that comes from the animal. So if you're taking it as literal, and that's what I do, I find it to be better. There's so many other ways that I can get protein other than getting it from animal products. So no eggs for me. Mr. Ronald, glad to have you here on the show. You'll be here next week, so that's exciting. Glad you're doing your homework. And Miss Jenna, your beautiful significant other is going to be with me tomorrow as well, too. So that is awesome. Glad to have you all here at the show. I'm here with Mr. Darren. So Darren, tell us, who is Darren Wright?
Well, Royce, I'd be glad to. Well, I'm Darren Wright. I'm a guy in the world like all y'all, and guys and girls, but I'm a guy. I'm a previous film production student. Worked on a lot of sets, and currently working on one right now. It's more of a faith-based short film from a good friend of mine, the writer-director of a big Disney movie from back in the day. And I'm acting in it, too. So maybe you'll see it. I don't know what he plans to do with it. I'm a compassionate person, a passionate person. I've been through a lot of bumps and all that in my past. I struggle with alcohol addiction, but I've been over that now for going almost 5 months. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's one thing to be social about it, but it's another thing to like let it be more of a thing that goes in your mouth than food. And, you know, it just got old, so. Now this is where I'm at. I'm driving again because, of course, if you drink a lot, it can affect driving in the past. And working as a stagehand when I can, so making pretty decent money doing that. And also allowing me free time to pursue acting and all that stuff. And just waiting to get some better headshots with better lighting.
Maybe
I'll get them right up in here.
Hey. Constant Photography and Constant Productions all ran by the same hero, so
that's awesome.
Check it out.
Yeah, cool.
I was wondering, so how long did you feel that you were addicted to alcohol?
Well, when somebody very close to me said, you know, you've been doing this for almost 20 years. And I was like, yeah, damn, that's a long time. It's not like I was a heavy drinker in the beginning, because it was once in a while. I didn't do it through high school, and contrary to popular belief, a lot of people that have done it in high school don't do it when they get older. So, you know, and I really realized it when I moved out on my own to pursue film school, because the income was less than what I expected, because I transitioned from one restaurant location to another, and it's just a different environment. And that's when I saw it, because especially if it's not quality product, which is a whole other thing. But and yeah, and just not feeling well the next day, and it affected my eating. And I felt it affecting my attitude and my thinking, and I that's not pleasant. You know, I like to be a loving person. I like to share compassion and also a balance with being stern, because you know it's a good balance is a big thing. And with alcohol overconsumption, no matter how much or little, but on a daily basis, just blocks that balance.
I'm really happy that you did cut that addiction, cut that curb.
Thanks.
I love hearing people overcome addictions,
Yeah.
because people will say, well, you know, I can't get over, I can't stop smoking cigarettes, or I can't stop drinking, I even hear some about I can't stop eating meat or eating cheese.
Yeah.
But I say that's okay, because literally there are chemicals in cheese, the casomorphins, that are addictive to, you know, that are just as addictive as a lot of your opiates.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me whenever people hear about the vegan lifestyle and say, well, how do you live without cheese? It's funny being on the opposite side of it, because at one point, you know, I've been vegan now for 2.5 years, but it's funny hearing it on the other side, because it does sound like just like every other addiction as far as those. So I think it's important to hear, to know, kind of see the correlation between them. I'm just happy to have you here on the show, man.
Thanks. Yeah.
I wanted to know more about the Water Boys. What is going on? We were talking about the name earlier. We were trying to make sure that, are we pronouncing it correctly
Oh
first?
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's one way of pronouncing it. Hence the inspiration. Water. It's a Jersey thing, more or less. Philadelphia. We're from there. My brother.
You're from Philadelphia.
South. Well, I'm from like 20 minutes over the bridge.
Oh man.
So South Jersey. Hey, where are you from? Philly. Oh yeah, what part? Well, South Jersey. Just like Northeasterners, North Jersey people say, if they're asked where you're from, oh, New York. Oh, what part? Oh, North Jersey. No, well, that's how it's pronounced. Water. You hear water. It's just funny. It's just, to me, it's my circle of people I know, and even strangers, they just find the play on words is funny. So out came this inspiration for the Water Boys, which is more so like a live action / animated, based on the acting kind of comedy series that is being built. And how they say water, and of course, makes their weird personality. They're kind of dumb, but we're going to implement intelligence in them too. And just getting the team together, it's a slow process. And I kind of released some of the footage that we already shot a little early as like a teaser, but we're kind of just going to hold off for now as we're building the script and doing the character build up, because it's not just one episode that's 5 minutes. We plan it to be like an actual series that people of all ages can enjoy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I saw that some of the script that you had wrote, I wasn't sure if it was for the Water Boys, the one that you had showed me that night that you were over here. That was really impressive. It saw that you seriously put a lot of time into writing out your stuff.
Yeah.
I need to get on your level with that.
Well, you know, I definitely took advantage of the notes part on my phone. It's good to have it organized. If you just make notes, and a year goes by, it all is diluted into the sewer of notes. And so you want to make it organized. Organization is very big. And especially with the whole alcohol thing, like I would be like, oh yeah, man. That's one reason why I stopped, because of the lack of organization and the passion. I wanted to be natural and not substance influence. So, and for some it works great, but for me, no. Yeah, so the notes and the scripting is a big thing, because the script is a foundation. It's the blueprints of a production versus improv, which can be great, but improvisation is a skill, and we're more on the writing part. That's what we dig.
So are you looking for any help with the whole production of the Water Boys?
Yes. Right now I have some friends from film school one of which is interested for first assistant director, which is important for keeping things on schedule while the shoot's going, and putting together a shot schedule after the director of photography and I would go through it. We have other people interested, but some of them have a work conflict. We have a producer interested too. So our next step is to get involved, is for the three of us to meet and to do the character breakdown, the script breakdown as the first steps. And then they're putting together a film club in the fall in the UCF area that's open to anyone that's interested in joining, so that not only can we work on this project and see it succeed, but other people's projects and ideas. And you know, the end goal, like your game show goal, is to make a living off this.
That's it.
Because who wants to be a miserable older person working at Wally World? Some people love doing it, but if you got that creative side to you and you don't do nothing with it, you become a drunk. You do.
Tell them.
That's where
you heard it here first.
For channels, you gotta not be a drunk.
Follow your dreams. If not, you'll become an alcoholic. Speaking of alcoholics, I would like to give you a prize, okay?
Oh.
Only if you can win it.
Oh.
It's our $17 challenge. Are you willing to do this?
$17 goes low. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I forgot to prep you on this before the show, so it's okay.
Well, I got here 10 minutes early, so.
Totally roll with it. The $17 challenge is, I like to meow like a cat. You all may have heard me meow like a cat. A really cool cat.
Yeah.
Like a meow. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you to do the same thing at least once during this episode.
Meow.
Not right now. It has to be 3 minutes after me explaining the rules. So 2:19, anytime after then.
Copy that.
As long as you meow, you don't have to pay me $17, and you will win this NOOR 17 sticker.
Which I have a car to put it on.
Hey, I don't. My car caught on fire!
I heard about that, man.
Yeah. Life's great, man. Fire's hot.
Fire's a great thing to cook beyond burgers and beyond sausage on. Which I haven't tried yet, but I'm down to try to get that pineal gland open, because people don't know about that. Look into it. Those videos that have less than 100,000 views are some of the best to watch. Usually.
Darren, you snatched the words right out of my throat, man.
With that, did it give you that lump?
No lump in the throat.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's such a good.
Constant dramatic music, please. No.
Dramatic music. He would have to sing because we don't have anything ready.
Oh, I can sing.
I am going to give the answers to everybody who participated in your quiz.
All right.
For those of you, I'm gonna remind you one more time. If you want to go ahead and throw the answers, which you think Darren answered before the show when I asked him, "You're in a new relationship. How long does it take for you to change your relationship status on Facebook?" The answers are either an hour, a few months, or never. So you can leave an answer. I see that Amari submitted hers. And then the second question was, have you ever fallen for a good friend? Yes or no? Go ahead and submit those answers, because the first answer is, you're in a new relationship. How long does it take for you to change your relationship status on Facebook? For Darren, he put a few months. Darren, why does it take a few months?
Well, it's hypothetically speaking, so I've never done it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see, with the whole alcohol past, I never... I just didn't feel confident or comfortable to get into a relationship, because I knew I had a problem. But knowing that it takes time, love takes time to develop in a relationship, you know, in an hour would be like if I was with the person initially, I just never said nothing. But on the old FB, a few months, you know.
I don't blame you. Don't put people in your business if you can avoid it, man.
Right.
I feel you.
Yeah.
The next question, the question was, have you ever fallen for a good friend? Darren Wright's answer is yes. So, Amari Denise Spigner, congratulations.
Yeah.
You win 2 points. Oh, no. Man, I
219.
I like giving away the stickers for whenever people meow, but I mean, I lose $17, so I'm going to ask you all to help. If you don't mind, please donate to my Patreon, because that's the only way to keep this show rolling. It costs several $100s per episode, so with your donation...
Make faces. And
Yeah,
stuff
that was
like
my sign language.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I do some sign language. Mr. Darren, I have a question for you, man.
Okay.
Are you vegan yet?
No. But I value a lot of the vegan ways and philosophies, because despite not being an all-out vegan, I've been aware of some of the mindsets out there and the ideologies of I like to eat my food as long as it suffered before it got slaughtered. It's just it's those kind of small fraction of percentage of people that make a lot of liberal politics that are far left, just like there are far right, look, it just makes people look bad. It's not a good attitude to have. The calcification of that pineal gland, the third eye, is really interesting. And however, there is something on some of the research I've done before coming on the show about the idea of the clean meat, cultured meat. It looks interesting.
The clean meat as in the
it's not GMO,
lab grown?
but it's lab grown. Looks like some Resident Evil stuff, like Umbrella Corporation. I was trying to think of what that name was. But I don't know. I think it's a quality to know, to have hunting skills to survive in the very far-fetched event that we could, in a nuclear holocaust or something crazy.
See, and
it's not impossible, but there's also, it's good to know how to harvest stuff. You watch a lot of Walking Dead, you start thinking about these things.
I think you got to get off the Walking Dead, man.
But Rick.
But I always like to, I'm very conscious of what I program my subconscious with, because you spoke about the pineal gland.
Yeah.
And that is, it's programming. You want to make sure that if you want to reach those levels of lucid dreaming or astral projection, that it can open up, that you're putting in like the right music, the right media, the right information, the right food, the right vibes from the right people, just overall, all around good energy. So whenever I am watching things on TV, I know a lot of it, people will talk about it being harmless and things, but you can tell. Yeah.
It's a lot of conditioning for agendas out there. Politics, unfortunately, is a big thing. And food
politics.
Yeah.
Yes.
But definitely I steer away from fast food. It's just weird. I mean, there's too much evidence out there that it's processed and it's just junky. And I don't know, food, what you put in I always compare it to how you take care of your body is just like how you take care of your car.
Yeah.
Even though a car is a machine, but nonetheless has fluids, and blood is a big important thing. When I got rid of my acne over 10 years ago and started having a lot more energy with working out, I started using unfiltered organic apple cider vinegar every day, like a little bit, and some apple juice, and just patting it on the skin before bed. It stinks, and now there's like products out there that have it, but it's not so rancid, but that's great stuff right there.
I'm going to try it, not because I really want my skin to clear up. I just want to see if my fiance will notice and go like, what is that smell? And then
I was dating a girl, she's like, that stuff stinks. I was like, yeah, well, it helps me though. She stuck around for a little bit.
For a little bit, and then she was like, look, Darren, it's not you, it's your smell. No. And I just can't.
That's not how it went. Remember how I told you earlier that I had a call during an audition where I was singing? That was crazy girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, turns out she was really addicted to pills, which is another big thing that's a problem these days, corrupting the old pineal gland and everything. So with the pineal gland, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
To do it in a way that is balancing with the right music and people and all is a great thing, because otherwise it could be corrupted and go south in a way, right?
Yes, and that's why I do it. There's people who say, oh, I'm really good at having my lucid dreams without being a vegan. I'm like, I get it. You can still do it without being a vegan, but you also have to understand that all of these things, they're taking place inside your head. It's taking place inside your body.
Yeah.
So what you are what you eat. You are what you those are the things that are going to be playing around. So whenever people have scary experiences with it, I've talked to several different people who've said, well, I don't want to do it. I can't do it because sometimes animals are attacking me, or it just feels like the world is in flames, or it feels like I'm just in this hell place. I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because what did you actually eat yesterday for lunch? And it's funny whenever I hear the thing about the animals being attacked, animals attacking people whenever they, are kind of in that state. And I just kind of, I don't want to say it. I want them to kind of come to the conclusion whenever they ask me back, well, does that ever happen to you? I say, not anymore. It just doesn't. I remember whenever I was younger, it happened one time. This was maybe when I was 15 or 16 years old. But I never actively pursued to get to that state of sleep paralysis and lucid dream again until I actually started moving more towards that vegan, plant-based lifestyle. And then, the things that I feared that I would see or would happen hasn't. So always, yeah.
Cool. Dreams are pretty cool, and I've noticed how, like, I've heard on random occasions over the years, especially if I brought up a dreams, it seems very disinteresting to people. And I wonder if that's, I don't know why, but I know that a lot of people don't. I used to not ever remember dreams, and it seems like it started to have happened again, but lately it's just been weird. I've always had dreams with being around people. Because I'm a very extroverted person. I've done a lot of hospitality work, so.
Right.
And Spider-Man, when Spider-Man 2 for PS2 came out, just saying, if you want to be Spider-Man and you remember your dreams, play that video game or watch the Sam Raimi first 2 movies. Not the third, because then you have nightmares. But it's just awesome. I don't know. Speaking of dreams, you can be a superhero in your dreams.
That, honestly, the whole astral projection, lucid dreaming, just getting more in tune with myself, that was originally why I went vegan.
Cool.
So I love it whenever people can already know a little something about it. Because here in the United States, usually people will go vegan for the health, animals, or the environment. Well, usually the health or the animals are kind of like the top two. Yeah. I hear some environmentalist already on that path, but whenever I do meet an environmentalist who is not vegan, I just kind of tell them to stop the hypocrisy.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio. This is the only thing they really got on him, but him flying around the world, burning all that gas, going to, save the world. Yeah, there's a lot of hypocrisy. You got to do your research. Too many people are influenced by television. And over 10 years ago when I first started noticing that there's something weird about TV, and not everything about TV, there's a lot of good about TV, but it's very bizarre.
I believe it's a tool, and we can choose to use it for good or for bad.
Yep.
And that just right now, a lot of people who are using it, who have the power to really just send out the messages that they are using it for bad, to show people, just make them dumber in a sense, or insecure, or
that is what really bothers me, is the insecurity influence that it can have. I've felt it before. I'm a pretty confident guy these days, but it's the fantasy that can put out there to vulnerable people, because there's people out there it's not affecting to, but there's a lot of vulnerable people, especially with I contribute a lot of the issue to deconstructive family, single parent homes, even though they can have strength in it, but it's just a lot of people, it's just a very complex world we live in these days.
It really is. And I try to see how many issues can we fix with one solution. So that was a big reason for me going vegan. It's the reason why I stayed vegan, because originally, like I told you, astral projection, lucid dreaming was what got me there. But then once I saw what I wanted to see in that life, I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to go back to just eating a standard diet. And yeah, the vegan community was like, no. This is so much bigger than just you, Royce. The animals benefit, the environment, and just the world in general.
Yeah, totally.
So I was like, oh, okay, all right, fine. I won't be selfish about it.
You gotta make a decision. You gotta be one or the other. It's kind of in the middle. I don't know if I'll ever go full vegan, but I definitely.
I got you, bro.
I love it. I love it, especially somebody like yourself who can take the hits if somebody's making light of it or not. Because you're not getting mad at it, which shows a great personality quality. Versus like the Vegan Gains guy on YouTube, I looked at him, I was like, oh man.
Don't worry. I used to be that angry, outlandish guy. But at this point, more and more of my friends, more and more acquaintances, people I've met, even strangers will reach out to me and say, hey, just want to let you know I went vegan. And it just keeps on happening more and more as more information gets out there. People are just kind of having the conversation about it. So I personally believe that there's going to come a day where it's going to be like, all right, people can't hide or run from the information. I'm glad that there are people like you who actually, you went and seeked it, because a lot of people like, no. Even before coming on the show, they're like, no.
It's a lot of good stuff, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I love, when I do a salad, I can't do a little bowl. I got to have it in a huge bowl so I can not only eat it consistently, but I can shake it up. McDonald's, although as much as I hate fast food, no, their idea of shaking it with a lid or a big bowl.
Smart.
Thank you, Mickey D's, but that's about it.
That's
Weird
about it.
ass
Thanks for killing
company.
everyone else, McDonald's.
Yeah. Oh, theme park for your taste buds is a new billboard, and they got. Okay, we're just gonna go on a rant because then you got the Hooters. Kids eat free every day. Like, why? Oh, but it's okay for kids to explore. No, you know what? You watch too much reality TV. I don't know.
Darren, I appreciate you for being on the
Yeah,
show
it was
with
fun.
us today, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate you all for being here with us as well. It means a lot that you come by, check us out every day, so make sure that you're here tomorrow, where I'm going to be joined with my friend, the co-founder, the beautiful, handsome co-founder of Solutionary Events, Mr. Kevin Layton. I'll see you all then. Royce Ashcroft signing out.